Hey everybody, my name is Jim Brogan, and today I'd like to talk to you about this fairy tale that Republicans like to tell about the rich man being the job creator. Now, this is one of the biggest garbage stories that Republicans like to tell. That the rich man creates the jobs. And so if you give the rich man more money, he'll create more jobs. That's a lie. It's an outright, complete and total fabrication. There's no truth to it whatsoever. Jobs are created by demand. Jobs are created by demand for services or goods. If people want services and can pay for them, someone will get a job performing those services. Whether it's a rich man hiring him to do it for peanuts so he can make a profit, or a poor man stepping up and starting his own business to do the job. The rich didn't create that job. The demand did. Goods. People demand goods. Now, it's most often the rich who are in a position to supply those goods, but there's no reason why a poor person or a middle-class person could not supply those goods. The rich usually make sure they push out the poor and the middle class so that only they make the profit, but that's not because they created the job. More often, they will cut the job in order to increase their profits. No rich person ever hired anyone because he had more money to spend. That's not what you do when you have more money. You don't just hire people because, oh, I got money to spend, let me hire somebody. No rich person ever hired anybody because he had more money to spend. That's just not how it works. Businesses, rich people, middle-class people, anybody who has enough money hires somebody to do a job because there's a demand for the job. If I've got more customers coming in my store than the current cashiers can deal with, I hire more cashiers. And it wouldn't make any sense to let those people walk out the door without buying anything because there were no cashiers to take their money. And I got to hire cashiers. I don't hire those cashiers because I've got more money in my pocket. If my store's empty, I let the cashiers go. No matter how much I'm saving on my taxes, no matter how much money is coming in, if I'm not going to make more money off of hiring that person, I'm not going to hire them. The rich are not job creators. It's a lie. They don't create jobs. Demand creates jobs. Poor people and middle-class people with money in their pockets to spend create jobs. Rich people cut jobs to save money and make more money. That's just reality. Reality check, people. Rich people are rich because they're greedy, not because they're generous. Are there generous rich people? There are billionaires who give away a few pennies on the dollar to the poor. Yeah. You could call that philanthropy. You know, you got $200, $600 billion in the bank. Let's give the poor $1 million, $2 million. Do the math. What percentage of their wealth was that? Do the math. They're not hurting themselves. There are a few wealthy people who are really, really decent, really, really kind, try to do the right thing every time. There are. Being rich doesn't make you bad. All too often, bad people get rich. But being rich does not make you bad. If you're a kind and good-hearted, decent person, you're a kind and good-hearted, decent person. If you were that way before you got rich, you'll be that way after you get rich. But the problem is, the more kind and good-hearted you are, the more people take advantage of you and the less likely you are to stay rich. Rich people are rich and stay rich because they aren't kind, they aren't good-hearted, they're greedy. And they do whatever they can to hang on to that money. And that means not hiring people unless that person is going to make them more money. They don't hire people because they got a tax cut. They don't hire people because they got more money in their pocket. They hire people because there is a need to hire someone to do a job that needs to be done. So here's the bottom line. The rich do not create jobs. Demand creates jobs. Demand from poor people and middle-class people who have enough money in their pocket to spend. If you give money to poor people, they spend every dime. It circulates through the economy. Everybody does better. If you give money to rich people, they squirrel it away and hide it, and it's never seen again. This is just a reality. Economics 101. You want a thriving economy? Make sure the people at the bottom have enough money to spend. You want to kill the economy? Kill the poor. Give them nothing. Let them have nothing. They'll rob, they'll steal, they'll do whatever they got to do. Because let me tell you, if you've ever watched Aladdin, they sing a song that tells the truth in the most golden gospel way. Gotta eat to live, gotta steal to eat. If the only way I can feed my family is to steal, I've been an honest man all my life, but my family's gonna eat. My family's gonna eat. And no law and nobody is going to stop me from feeding my family. And that's just reality. So if you want more crime, if you want people kicking down doors and robbing people in the streets, make sure the poor have nothing. Make sure the poor have no hope and no way of getting out of poverty, no way of feeding themselves. Watch crime go through the roof. If you want to lower crime, to almost eliminate crime, raise people out of poverty, broaden the middle class till it encompasses almost everybody at the bottom. Make sure nobody goes without food, clothes, shelter, and a little extra spending money. If you want a thriving economy, a successful economy where everybody does well, then you got to make sure you start at the bottom. Because all the money you pump into the bottom is going to filter up. Reality is the rich don't need tax cuts. The rich need to be taxed so that we can fix our roads, fix our bridges, fix our railways, fix our crumbling infrastructure all across this country. The rich need to be taxed so that the money will circulate through the economy and not become stagnant. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Peace and prosperity.